Like I can do Harry Potter.
Yeah, you can do the
Honestly
kids'
though,
books.
well, come on, it's like a YA book. Come on, give me young adult.
Okay, yeah, teenager, fair enough. Teenager,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, far too many families.
Let's Talk Oculus is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/playtestvr. What's up, Oculus nerds? I'm Dan from Playtest VR. Welcome back to episode 38 of Let's Talk Oculus. As always, I'm joined by Samson. How you doing?
I do well. How do you do?
I do well too. Did you go for afternoon tea today or something? Or what?
No, just got home from work. Pretty tired. Just hopped out of the nice warm shower though.
I see. That's why you're feeling all posh at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Fair enough. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the announcement of the MetaQuest Gaming Showcase and provide some early thoughts on what we expect to see, as well as a ton of news. There's pistol whip modding, there's Beat Saber DLC, there's some Warplanes action, tons of stuff to talk about. But before we get into that, I just want to give a shout out to Kimberly, patron of the show. Last week we did a episode about these essential free games. She mentioned that we didn't say about the Anne Frank's VR experience. She's a big fan of that experience. She's talked about it before to me before in the past, and I still haven't checked it out, so I'm sorry. But she made sure to put the comment in the description for that episode. So make sure you check out the Anne Frank's experience out too. That's also free. Before we get into the show, just a bit of housekeeping. As always, Let's Talk Oculus available every single Wednesday. Audio listeners can watch the video version over at Let's Talk Oculus YouTube channel, and the video watchers can listen to the audio version on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. If you want to be part of the show, send in your questions at letstalkoculus@gmail.com, or you can join the Discord where there's a bunch of people in there now. We have over 50 people, and if you want to start multiplayer games, it's kind of nice, Samson, that we have people in the Discord now who are playing multiplayer games with themselves, and we don't longer
Yes.
we no longer need ourselves to be in there to make the group happen, which I think is
Yeah.
that's a beautiful moment.
We've made it.
We've made it. We've got to a stage where people are forming their own communities inside our community, which is
Yeah. No, it's great.
beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful to see. If you want to take it a step further and want to support us, throw us $1 at patreon.com/playtestvr for early access episodes a little bit earlier, maybe a day, maybe a two, depending on how busy I am. But you don't need to do that. It's only if you're feeling the love. All the links will be in the description below. Speaking of Patreon, we have a new patron. It goes by the name of Joe. We need like a Patreon alert.
Yeah, we need a button.
Or something. Yeah.
And it should not be the woo.
No, it should not be the woo.
Yeah.
No. A Ric Flair woo. Woo.
Woo!
I was watching WrestleMania over the weekend. So
dude, they at the Bruins games, every goal they play that.
Oh, they do. Well, is Ric Flair from Boston?
Honestly, I don't know the connection, but they play that every single goal.
I was wondering if there was. It must be. He must be. Surely, I don't know. It's an iconic moment. Anyway, Joe, he actually got referred to by Steve, another patron of the show. He says he loves the flow of the podcast, reviewing games, talking about your gaming endeavors, and so forth. He loves to play Walkabout Mini Golf, as we all do, Warplanes, and After the Fall. He says, thanks for the great show and look forward to it every single week. So thank you. Thanks a lot, Joe, for supporting us. Big round of applause if I could.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, he says it's Steve's birthday this week and asked me to wish him a happy birthday. So happy birthday to Patreon Steve. I don't know when your birthday is.
We will not sing. It's copyrighted, I think.
The happy birthday song is copyrighted?
I believe so.
Oh man, that person must make millions. I guess maybe not, because only people sing it in their communities. They don't really sing. You don't really play the audio of who's streaming Happy Birthday.
We could do the Stevie
Spotify.
Wonder version. It's pretty. This is a best, superior version anyway. So.
It is, but isn't that copyrighted too?
Fair enough.
Anyway, on to the show. Let's start what we've been playing this week. Samson, did you get much VR in at all?
Not much VR, but I did get some VR in. I played Stormland, which is an Oculus PC VR exclusive, and it's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Honestly, it booted up, and I was like, "Oh, this game doesn't look that great." And then I went into settings, and for some reason, it booted up in low, put it
Oh,
into
oh.
ultra, and then I was like, "Whoa!" It was like I put on glasses. Uh,
So low on your PC is an insult.
yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, I can't tell him. Got a 3080. Come on.
I've obviously never played it, but I remember Stormland being like a top tier VR game when it
Dude,
came
it
out.
looks cool. It's got sweet movement,
Mm.
sort of cool VR stuff. And an hour into it, you unlock multiplayer. I was like, oh my God, this has got
Oh,
co-op. Like I need to get
oh, it's got co-op. It's got
yeah,
co-op.
like
Sick.
you got to play for like an hour to unlock the
To unlock
multiplayer,
it. Yeah,
but then you can like go around together,
yeah.
I think. Or I'm not sure exactly how it works. I assume one of you is joining the
Yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah. How's the motion sickness in it? Because it looks like a normal flat screen game.
Well, obviously I turned off all like safety settings
Yeah,
and jacked up the speeds, so I don't
and you're still
I
fine.
felt fine. Yeah,
Yeah, fair
I felt
enough.
fine.
Yeah,
I
that
mean, the only
game
thing that
looks
gets me
sick.
really are like low frame rates, but yeah, so
Mm.
Stormland and then I played some table tennis.
Some 11 table tennis.
Yep.
Nice, nice, very good. Have you got one of those paddles, by the way, the little ping pong paddle?
I do not.
No. Okay, fair enough. I remember having one, and well, I still have one, but I remember playing with one, and I went for a smash, and I was it wasn't connected properly. The controller went
Wait.
flying.
All right, so when it'd been a while since I hopped into table tennis. And when I last played, I felt like you could push the paddle through the table.
Like, what do you mean by through the table? Like,
Like, let's say you wanted to hit the ball, you
uh
could
huh.
come at it from anywhere, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
but now
There's table physics.
this table physics.
Sick. Sick. I never
Uh,
noticed because I've never gone through the table
Now
like
I
a
don't know if
doofus.
I don't know if I was just wrong. I don't know if I just am misremembering,
I
but I
just
feel like I used to be able to do that.
That's nice they added that in to stop players from playing through the table.
Well, it made it
I
so
don't
much
think that's
easier
the
to
right
hit.
way to play.
It made it so much easier to hit.
I don't think that's the right way to play table tennis.
Listen, it's VR. I'm not gonna pick. You don't have to pick up your ball and walk about. Come on.
What I've been
You
playing,
can go through the walls and walk about. You can.
you can, but you can also fly and walk about. So
Uh,
I think that's twice now. I got you on these points.
I don't know. I don't know that that makes a difference in movement. It's because
But
you have to move around in a
you just you
golf
shouldn't
game.
be able to hit through. You can't hit your walk. Okay, okay. I don't know. I don't know. This is an irrelevant discussion. Anyway, what I've
I think there should be an option. That's it. I just think there should be an option.
to either go through the table or not the table.
Yeah. Yeah, like come on. It's an arc like if I want to have more arcadey experience, like,
But
you
wouldn't
know.
going through the table make it too easy? Because you could literally, but you can catch it before it bounces.
No, I mean I think you have to let it bounce still. You could just hit it as soon as it bounces pretty much.
Yeah, that's true.
You
That's
could,
table tennis rules. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, bring back the
Anyway, go ahead. That's all
Unreal.
I played.
Bring back the Unreal physics for table tennis. I've not done too much VR either. Didn't really get much done, but I did play forgot what it's called. I did play the game. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look this up. Hold on.
You need notes, man.
Let me just Hitchhiker, the Hitchhiker game.
Oh,
That's it.
nice, nice, nice,
Yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah. I played that. Disappointing.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you
disappointing.
return it? Did you play for under
No,
2 hours
I
and
still
return it?
have it. I still have it. It's called Hitchhiker Mystery Game. That was the one. Yeah. Let's see. I don't even remember it. I played it yesterday. I still don't remember it.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, the thing is,
Sweet.
right? It's okay. So it's in 6 parts, and I've only done the first two. Okay, so maybe I still need to give it
A
more of a
third.
shot.
Okay.
And I think I will play it. I'm not going to return this. I'm going to give this one a fair shot. Okay, but I like the way it looks, right? You're in the car. The first mission, you're in a car. There's no spoilers here. You're in a car and you obviously hitchhiked. You're with this guy, right? And he's just talking to you about this story, a random story, okay? And the graphics look nice. They look like. Have you ever played any of the Telltale games, like The Walking
It
Dead
looks
and
like
such?
it looks like Firewatch when I saw
Yes,
like things. Yeah.
yeah, similar type of thing, right? And he's talking to you about the story, and then all of a sudden, some random stuff start happening, with a picture and stuff. I just don't think the storytelling is too good, right? It's really throws you in, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't understand what's happening. Why do I care about this picture of what's meant to look like me, but I don't know if it looks like me or not? And they had some puzzle elements, but it's not expect you to die type of puzzle elements or anything like that. It's very simple. So, for example, the radio played and there was riddles, and you had to solve the riddle. Okay, and you can ask for hint, but in order to solve the riddle, you had to look in the direction of what would solve the riddle. So, for example, this is spoilers for the first riddle. The answer is the clouds. Okay, it's the only way I know how to explain it. The answer is clouds. So, in order to answer the clouds, you have to look up at the clouds. Okay, the thing is, if you look at anything else, nothing else says it's the answer. So if I look at the pen, it doesn't say answer pen or anything like that. It won't say answer until I look at the clouds, and it'll say, "Do you want to answer clouds?" Yes, of course I want to answer
Okay,
clouds.
I gotcha.
So it was a bit odd in that respect. But the puzzle elements just weren't that fun. They just weren't that intuitive. Plus, the controls can be finicky too. In order to what you had to
In what way?
you had to grab a raisin and such, right? So I had to grab it,
A
but
raisin?
you had to grab a raisin. The first mission is all
Is
about
it a
raisins.
dancing raisin?
No, it's just a raisin.
You ever seen those
They
ads?
did have a
Those
they
raisin
did have
ads?
the they did yeah, I have,
Okay.
yeah. He did have a dancing raisin on the dashboard of the car, and it was
Nice.
like a bobblehead type dancing raisin.
Boom.
So at least he had that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's the story was just, I know what it's trying to do. It's trying to be very philosophical. And the reason actually plays like a metaphor of what's happening. But
Yes, the game is very dry,
it's just, yeah, exactly.
like the raisin.
The game is very dry. That's perfect. That's the perfect. It might
Wait,
get
why? Wait, what made you get this game? Like, why'd you go this route?
because it looked beautiful. I wanted to try it because it looked beautiful. It one of those games I wanted a seated experience game. I love a good seated experience game, and it was a
Okay.
storytelling seated experience. And I was like, oh, this could be really good. And I've
Okay.
played many I've not played many experience. Played many storytelling games like this on the PlayStation, for example, that are just so much better. Like some of the Telltale ones are so much better. Um, there's one where there's a game, I think it's called Gone Home. Yeah, I think it's called Gone Home, where there's a house and you're playing this girl and you're trying to figure out what happened to your sister. It's like a
Hmm.
15-minute thing on PlayStation 2. Beautiful storytelling, just throws you in the deep. This one, it hasn't grabbed me yet. And it's been two
Yeah, it
episodes now and it still hasn't grabbed me.
it didn't. It I wasn't really sold on this one. That's why I asked.
Why I got it. Yeah. It
Yeah.
looked beautiful. I know the reviews said 3.5 stars, but at the same time, Oculus Store reviews is a bit weird. A lot of
Yeah.
people give 5-star reviews off the gate.
I would have gone on a different. If I was like shooting a dart at like a pretty recent game,
Yeah.
it'd be like Tentacular.
Tentacular.
I'm like, I'm tempted. I'm tempted, but I'm just like, $25. I don't know.
Gamer Tag played that game. I don't know if you were on the show when he was there or it was after you already left, but
I think it was when I left.
he
Yeah.
played he said it was one of those games where it's fun to start off with, but then it gets a bit boring. Yeah, he said it on the games at the end with the games out this week. But I can see you like that. You just go in and you just mess around with your tentacles and just have a time.
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
just have a time. It's just a little disappointing. It's just I'm obviously the reviews aren't that great. People say I expect more involvement, and I agree. Like the puzzles are just very dry, like a raisin, like you said. Um, I've played way like if puzzles is going to be one of the main aspects of this narrative storytelling game, the puzzles in
I imagine they'll get harder.
you like what? Sorry.
I imagine they'll get more challenging.
I imagine so. I hope so. After two, it's still a bit bland, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, there's so many more puzzle games that I've played in VR, especially in these storytelling games, which are just more fun. Or they don't have to be difficult puzzles, but they should be more engaging. Like there's one puzzle where there's birds that are directing our car around the windmill. Okay, a weird context, I know, because I haven't given you any context. But the scarecrows in the middle, and the scarecrows are turning around like crazy. They're just turning around, and it's like, oh, we need to stop the scarecrows from turning around so the birds can go away, essentially. And it's like, okay. And I look around, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, what?
Personally, I think a scarecrow with a moving head is more frightening
It's definitely frightening.
than a scarecrow with a still head.
It's true, it's frightening. But I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then I realized that, you know, this is not another spoiler for the game. I know I said no spoilers, I'm telling you now.
Yeah, Jiminy Crickets.
You know how you open the window in a car with your roller up, the olden days. You just have to unroll that, and then that stops them from scarecrows from spinning. And I was like,
I gotcha. All right, no more
really?
giving away puzzle solves.
I'm not giving away any more puzzles. I'm just saying it was very unsatisfying. And hey, maybe I'll play more of it next week. I'll go, holy crap! You gotta stick with this game because it gets way better.
Yeah,
But
and give a few more solutions.
Anyway, that's enough of Hitchhiker, the game I forgot. Anyway, normally in this show we normally say the game's out this week at the end, but since it's the beginning of April, we might as well go through what is going to be released in April, because at the moment there's not much, but there's probably a reason for it later on.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah, we need spoilers. There's too many spoilers in this episode.
That's a cliffhanger. That's not a spoiler.
So VR April releases, we have the Under Prevents live performances are back on April 1st. For people who don't know that, it's a free app on Oculus where it's like live theater and people can act in there, not really using their voices, I believe. They had stuff like Shakespeare plays in there before. That's returning for a limited time from April 1st, which is already out. We also have Green Hell VR, which is on April 7th, which looked sick, but I heard bad things when the early release of that demo came out.
No, that was PC VR version, though.
Right, not the Oculus version.
Yeah, I've heard good things about
the Oculus version.
The Oculus version for some bizarre reason.
That sounds a bit backwards, but
we'll see.
That's like a survival adventure game. Comes out April 7th. It's not out on the PC either, but the yet. Just like early demos, but the this Green Hell was a flat game that you could play on like a PC and such. It came out in 2018, and it's a survival game. There's some simulation aspects of it as such as well. And then the other two games, our April 21st is Little Cities, and our April 28th is Cities.
VR.
VR. Do you know what the difference is between Little Cities and Cities?
I forget.
Throw a guess there when you hear the title Little Cities and then Cities.
I mean, Little Cities, I feel like you're building the little cities, like, you get bigger. But I don't know what you do in the other one.
So it's a city building simulator, right?
Both are?
They both are. Cities VR is made by Fast Travel Games, and it's a full city, so you can make like a metropolis city if you wanted to.
And it looks way more realistic.
Yeah, and then Little Cities is like your casual version of it.
Okay.
It's like your Monopoly to your junior Monopoly.
Gotcha.
You got it? Yeah, exactly. So if you're into city building games, then definitely check those out. Any of those entice you? You excited?
Yeah, I like a good city building game, but I guess I'll have to wait to see when they both come out, and then.
Well, if you,
I don't need two. I definitely don't. I don't need that many cities. It's far too many cities.
Too many cities to build. Too many cities to build. Anyway, let's head on to the VR news. Okay.
To the news.
We have the biggest one. The MetaQuest Gaming Showcase is back. It's back on April 20th. Kind of when we began the podcast in a way. It's like almost been a year now.
Yeah, was it 420?
It wasn't 420. I think the showcase was in March last time. Okay. I think it was in March last time.
No, we did it. We did it then.
We did it. We did a year. Any thoughts on the year? Any reflections?
No.
That was a long pause. Just no. Okay, great, fantastic. Glad you're having a great time with this podcast. Anyway, so returns April 20th. It is at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They say, and I quote, announcements, gameplays, first looks, updates on games coming out in the next year, and a whole lot of surprises, unquote. They said that last time. Will we see Assassin's Creed? Will we see Splinter Cell? Will we see GTA San Andreas? What we know is that Cities VR, like we just spoke about, is going to be there. Among Us VR is also going to be there, which I'm very excited about because I've not really played Among Us. I played once with you, but I think I'm going to play it more when it comes to VR, like officially. And I think we can get people in the Discord who are going to be into it. I think
I'm excited because my 2D Among Us group sort of died. So this should come back, rejuvenate a little Among Us. I think this game comes out on the night of 420.
On the night of, you think?
Or like the day, yeah. Like
I was thinking the same. We'll do our proper prediction show closer to the time, probably next week, actually. So you're getting close in the next couple of
that
weeks.
prediction won't be a part of my predictions.
Yeah, but as an early prediction, I agree. I was thinking the same. When Among Us announced that they're going to be there, I expect them to be out within that week at least.
I think that a few games released on the day of last year.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. I can't remember which ones, but I remember they did. So this is obviously the MetaQuest Gaming Showcase. Last year, Samson, we had a massive predictions episode, which was our first like unofficial, I guess, podcast episode.
And then like 6 games came out.
And yeah, we went crazy with the announcements. We had good fun, but nothing really stuck. I feel like you got a couple actually thinking about it and looking back, but
we should have a reactions video. We should create like a like a small pod that's us reacting to like rewatching that.
The original one or this one?
Our rewatching our predictions.
Oh, okay,
yeah, and then being like, oh god, we were so wrong.
Yeah, we were
maybe dumb. That would be terrible. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe in the next year, maybe as like a 2-year anniversary. But okay, let's talk about this one a little bit though. What do you want essentially? Do you want something more than we had last year? Essentially, do you think because now that Facebook Connect is veered onto like the future and AR and such, and what VR is going to be for enterprise, do you think now this gaming showcase has a potential to be much bigger than it did before? Because now this feels like this is the only thing that's going to be focused on Quest, right?
Oh man, I still hope hardware comes. I know it's a gaming showcase, so it won't happen, Sam. It won't.
No. Hardware won't happen. I'll give you that for free. I want
it.
What do you want? What do you want in the hardware though? What would you want that
Cambria? I want Cambria to come out, and then some sort of like mixed reality game. Boom, right on the spot.
Yes.
God, come on! You're getting now. That might have been a prediction.
Did you say COD just now?
Yes, nice. And my God.
Oh, I thought you said COD. I thought it was like, I want Call of Duty on there.
No.
Yeah. I think that was be saved for the Connect, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, all right. What do I? Well, last year really tempered it, so I think we'll get 6 to 10 games. 10 being very high, probably not 10. Closer to 6. I think some of them will come out on that day.
Yeah.
And I think we'll get a preview of a game. Did we get last year? We got Resident Evil 4, right?
Yeah, but
it came out in October.
The 2 biggest games were Resident Evil 4 and it was Carve Snowboarding as well. We also got some After the Fall stuff, but we already knew about that before.
We hadn't seen anything from Resident Evil 4, right?
No, Resident Evil, we didn't have a clue. We didn't even know that was coming out. That was a big surprise, and it was great. Yeah. That and Carve Snowboarding were like the 2 biggest ones. Do you reckon? Here's one that I want to throw in.
I never reckon.
Never Raccoon City. You never Raccoon City. Here's one I want to throw in the works here. Because Resident Evil 4 did so well. Could you see them surprising us with Resident Evil 2?
I know nothing about Resident Evil.
You know nothing about Resident Evil? God damn. Give me someone else to join the show.
So maybe.
Resident Evil 2 for me is my favorite Resident Evil.
It's a scary one, right?
Resident Evil? Yeah, it's a scary one.
No, number 2 in particular. Or no, 7 that was in particular.
Yeah, I mean, number 2 is definitely scarier than number 4. 4 is more of an action type of thriller game, I would say. Still scary, especially in VR. But yeah, Resident Evil 2. The reason why I say is because Resident Evil 2 came out on the PlayStation as a remake, and then Resident Evil 3 came out the year after, because it was so popular. And I was wondering if they could turn around Resident Evil 2 so quick, but I don't know because I'll have to do it the ground up.
I feel like
it was really
popular. I feel two things, and they're opposite. They're incongruent with one another. But one is, all right, Resident Evil 4 did so well, so let's grind out more Resident Evil content. It's gonna sell, clearly. Or Resident Evil 4 did so well, clearly people want a remake of old games. And well, I guess it's GTA San Andreas. But like, okay, let's throw another curveball. I don't know what a curveball right now. Maybe I'll say that for our predictions. But I think that those are two things, that ways of thought that I could see them going.
No, I agree, and they both they don't contradict each other. They're the same, because Resident Evil 2 would be a remake too. I mean, GTA we know about already, and it'd be nice just to have some footage, because I don't believe that game's coming out. I already said this when it was released. I was like, this is a lie, just like Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell. But I hope they prove me wrong. At the same time, I'm not really interested in GTA San Andreas again, for like so many times. But I hope they prove me wrong once again. It could be a new way. But do you think Assassin's Creed or Splinter Cell? Do you think they'll ever make a showing?
I think we should save that.
Oh, okay.
I plead fifth.
The only thing I wanted to mention before we move on, to be honest, is Vertigo Games did announce last year that they expanded and they're bringing 4 new titles, and they're working on 4 new titles for the Quest. So that could be, so we could probably see at least one of the things that are coming out from Vertigo Games as well, which would be really interesting. And I reckon we'll see something with After the Fall as well, in terms of some DLC. Population 1 will always make an appearance. And the last thing I'm going to say, because we'll save it for our predictions episode, but I think there's going to be something big for Supernatural, because they announced their partnership with it. And I think Supernatural is going to be in here, and they're going to announce something. I don't know what it would be, but I think they're going to bring that in there. And I'm very excited to see what Supernatural is going to bring, because I think they can expand big time now they've got Facebook, or Meta, shall I say, behind them. But that shocked you, didn't it? Look at that facial reaction.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah,
more shocking that you're giving away all of your.
I have plenty of predictions in my locker.
Predictions than the prediction themselves.
It's always fun to make predictions. And maybe we make pre-predictions for the predictions. Do we make a prediction for the prediction show? How many predictions? Yeah, I'll see if we can get a guest on there to make some predictions. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that would be a nice 3-hour-long podcast.
But that's on April 20th. So actually, next week's show would be our prediction show. We need to talk about that, actually, because 420 lands on a Wednesday when the show comes out. So what do we do?
Okay.
Do we
got a pre-release?
Do we do a Let's Talk Oculus show? It doesn't make sense to do a show just before, right?
No. Well, so you're saying, because our predictions one will come out next week. You're saying,
yeah,
and then the following week.
The following week, the Wednesday is the Oculus. Yeah, I feel like maybe we should just delay, and if we can film on that Wednesday or something, and then put it out on Thursday. Or
what time's it at?
10 a.m. Pacific, so 1 p.m. 1 p.m. So we'll talk in the background.
It's not ideal start time for me watching it live.
No, we can't do one live. There's no chance. But we'll discuss, and we'll tell you viewers next week after we do a predictions episode what the hell we're gonna do with that.
We could stay dark ourselves, and then watch it not live together, but pretend it's live.
That might be a great idea.
We'll talk.
Right. Yeah, we'll talk. And if any of you listeners got a good idea of what we could do for that show that comes out when our show normally comes out, let us know. But I like that idea. Let's roll with that for now. Anyway, rolling in to Pistol Whip right now. Pistol Whip has announced that they're going to bring modding to the Quest. They're going to do community-driven mods. They said they've been listening for a long time. They said, unlike many other action rhythm games in the VR market, Pistol Whip and its scenes are fairly complex in nature, whereas some of the games can be, some of the like rhythm games they're referring to could be easily inputted with your own beats and experience, but the environment normally remains the same. However, with Pistol Whip, the environment is custom, for every single world. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm paraphrasing now. Makes it a little bit more difficult in terms of creating those worlds. However, they are working on community-driven mods to come to Pistol Whip. I feel like Pistol Whip is pretty much a completed game at this point, unless they brought like a multiplayer aspect. But I think that's not going to come now.
That's why they're going with mods.
Yeah, I think
Mods makes it,
it's
it gives it an
multiplayer-ish.
it gives it an endless life cycle.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
User generated content.
For sure. It's been interesting. I'm really interested to see how they're going to build these levels. How they're going to make people build these levels. Are you going to be able to do it on PC, or can they bring like a builder in the game for Quest?
I wish Walkabout could have like a basic one.
Yeah, one of the golf games I play on the PlayStation, the PGA Tour 2K21. They have a course builder in there, and the courses I can't make a course to save my life because it's quite complicated. But some of the community courses are amazing. Like you play
just
on
a
Mars.
whole lot of sand, just sand.
You just want sand.
A lot of traps, just a lot of traps.
Just a lot of traps. You play that one of those like courses or one of those levels that is just so infuriating, but you just got to keep playing until you try and get the perfect shots to get them in. They also announced team at Pistol Whip a new feature called Contracts is coming, where players can collect brag-worthy rewards by completing specific and time-critical missions. Contracts. So they're pumping out a little bit in. Have you played Pistol Whip for a while? I haven't played for ages.
No, it's been a minute, and now that my back hurts, there's no way I can get into that soon.
Yeah, what happened to your back?
Dude, I was putting the dog in the car and just
old age.
Wrong. Yeah, just getting too old. And yeah, it's been not great since.
Doing me. Speaking more on Pistol Whip though, and this could relate to the gaming showcase actually. They one of the people from Clouded Gaming, they mentioned this. They said, I'll read the quote out. They said, "Thanks to our broader success, we are excited to announce that we've begun work on a new next-gen VR title with deeper scope and vision." Now, if you read the actual press release that they have on the website with that, they have random A's, the letter A's in caps lock and bold, and they have 3 A's. What does that mean?
It's a AAA game.
It's a AAA game. Yeah, so it looks like they're working on a AAA title. They've not said anything apart from that little snippet of text that I just read out. Could be in the showcase. They may have a little bit more information. Yeah. They were in the last gaming showcase as well, actually. I believe, what did they bring out? I can't remember what they brought out in the last gaming showcase, but they were in there too. I think they brought out the Smoke and Thunder. That's it, Smoke and Thunder, which was the new campaign.
That was last. It wasn't the one before Smoke and Thunder.
No, it was Smoke and Thunder.
That one, the other one came out after Smoke and Thunder. Interesting.
Yeah. The Smoke and Thunder. I remember the tease. There's another thing that I was very excited about. But yeah, AAA title from Pistol Whip. No idea what it's going to be. We'll find out. Okay, moving on. Are you a Fall Out Boy fan?
Yeah, there's some Fall Out Boy songs I listen to. But yeah. I believe we'll get into this.
Yeah, Beat Saber is out now with the new Fall Out Boy music pack. It came out on March 31st, I believe. There's 8 songs, and I don't have a clue what any of their songs are.
Exactly.
But apparently, Sugar, We're Going Down is missing from the list, which is quite a big deal to Fall Out Boys out there and super fans like yourself, Samson. So what do you think about Sugar We're Not Going Down is not on the show?
I'd go so far as to call myself a super fan. But, I mean, all right, it's an issue of a band existing for like 15, 20 years. It's going to happen. It sort of happened with the Green Day pack.
Yeah, it happened on Panic! The Disco. There was one track, I don't remember, but people were raging because it wasn't on there and it was one of the most popular
Yeah.
tracks too.
Unless you go with somebody who's got one album, is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And I will not be buying this pack.
You won't be buying this pack. Not even just a cheeky song.
No cheeks.
No cheeks. No cheeks. Interesting. Fair enough. I won't be buying this pack either. Just because I'm not really into the Fallout Boys music. I did preview one of their songs actually. I was like, yeah, it's not my jam. But for all you Fallout Boy fans out there, that's awesome for you. And it's nice to have like a different genre of music as well in there as well.
Yeah, definitely. To each their own. No judgment.
No, definitely, yeah, 100%. Beat Saber are pumping out packs. We just had like Soundtrack 5 a month ago, so they're pumping
Yeah,
them
that
out.
was free.
Yeah, I would say you'd expect for a Beat Saber mention in the gaming showcase as well. For sure, they're always in there.
I mean, yeah, they're just gonna keep pounding out content.
Definitely.
So, I mean, I imagine. How many did they put out last year? It was four or five.
Yeah, they put out a few. They put out quite a few. Yeah, put out quite a few. Yeah, they keep going. They keep going, and they're not stopping. But more power to them.
Money maker.
Money maker for sure. Samson, you know a lot about the next game, Warplanes.
By know a lot, you mean a little bit, and I've seen a lot more than I've played because I played zero.
I feel like Samson's very hysterical right now because he's overtired.
Yeah.
So the next
Warplanes Battles Over Pacific. It launches on March 31st on the Quest via Oculus App Lab. So nobody will be able to find it. It's not a DLC. It's its own game. It's a sequel to the other Warplanes.
It's facts though, isn't it? Like Warplanes is now on Oculus Store, but the new sequel to Warplanes is on App Lab, which is odd. But that's what happened to Warplanes, the first one as well.
Yeah,
so you're right.
Probably move. I don't know.
It's already out. It contains similar elements to Warplanes 1, I guess.
Yeah, it looks cool. I think the planes go faster.
Yeah, it's World War II planes to be fair. So that's probably why.
Yeah, it's a whole God, come on, dude, for fast math. 20 years.
Yeah, nice math. 20 years. Yeah. So anyway, you got a single player campaign. It's set in World War II rather than World War One, like the last one. Has PvP, co-op multiplayer modes, and a selection of 10 aircrafts available. I know there's a few people in the Discord chat which are very big into warplanes, and we also had Joe, which was our newest patron, who also said he's a big fan. I do actually want to check this out. I'm hearing too much hype.
It looks cool.
I mean, left, right, and center.
I want to hop in a plane with somebody. I want to be the gunner.
You want to be R2D2 essentially. You want to be the person in the back.
Beep beep boop boop.
That was a terrible R2D2. I might end the show right now. But we have more news. Anyway, so that was Warplanes. Puzzling Places. This is our last piece of news. People who are fans of the Puzzling Places game are going to
say it faster. Say it faster.
Puzzling Places. I'm spitting everywhere. So Puzzling Places announced that they're going to go with a couple like DLC season passes essentially. Okay. And they're going to have monthly packs and then premium packs. Okay. So what they said about the monthly packs, they said some people would want to play the premium puzzles. So they said this at premium puzzle packs. Some people want to just play this premium puzzles. They want to check Puzzling Places out every couple months and have an amazing puzzling experience. Now the premium ones are 400 pieces, and they have premium audio, which is like custom soundscapes of wherever location that you're building. There's going to be 4 puzzles per pack, and it's $5 per pack. With the monthly puzzle packs, they say some players just really want fun puzzles to play every weekend, which is where monthly puzzle packs come in. These feature 6 puzzles per pack. There's no premium audio. And they range from 200 to 400 pieces, and it is also $5 per pack. Samson, are you confused?
No, I mean, vaguely. I'm mostly I sort of tuned you out. Like, it's so confusing. So
it confused the hell out of me when I saw it.
But what I did think of, I was like, ooh, I wonder how fast we could do a 400 piece puzzle. And then I was like, it'd be kind of fun to do like a race,
Mm, mm,
You know,
mm. Yeah, yeah.
maybe not 400, maybe 200 a race.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I don't know how long they take. I have no idea. I don't know how long they take.
I don't think we
Um,
should find out. I think we should commit to doing a race before we find out.
so you're saying this should be a YouTube special? It's like Quest Night
Yeah,
all over again, but instead we're doing a jigsaw.
yeah. We'll have to live stream separately too, or something like that. Right? Like I don't. We
Mm.
can't be on the same stream.
Yeah, of course, because we can't be looking at
Yeah,
each other's puzzle pieces.
exactly.
We'll talk. We'll talk. But
Yeah,
to save confusion, there's monthly packs, there's premium
yeah,
packs. They're both
exactly.
$5 each. Monthly packs is going to come out every month. Premium will come out now and again. Just
Premium has some music.
premium has music. Monthly packs don't have music. Job done. That's it. If you're
Yeah.
a big fan of puzzling places, you're gonna love it. Monthly pack 1 has been released as well. So if you want to jump into that, jump into it. I have never played this game.
I've owned
And
it for
of
since
course
it
you
came
do.
out, and
Of
I
course.
haven't hopped in. I do like puzzles though, but the thing is, when I want to play a puzzle game, I'd like hop into Cubism usually. So
You know, I've not played Cubism either.
yeah, you you like your more complicated puzzle games. Like I expect you to die.
I do. Well, I expect you to die is sometimes too complicated. I'm like, what on earth am I doing? Yeah, I expect you to die 1 is very difficult. I still haven't made it to expect you to die 2 yet. So I can't get past 1. But yeah, beautiful game though. Beautiful game. Anyway, that's all the VR news out this week. We're gonna have much more news coming up soon, obviously, with that Oculus Gaming Showcase. Games out this week. Only one. Green Hell VR. That's out on the 4th. No, I read the date wrong because we're in North America. That's out on the 7th of April. Follow the story of Jake Higgins, a famous anthropologist who is thrown deep into the emerald of the impenetrable, oh my God, these are long words, Amazonian rainforest, the Green Hell. What you will discover will be worse than you fought so hard against to survive. I need to cross-check these, or maybe I can't read. Find yourself stranded in a dangerous jungle, surrounded by predators with only a trusty smartwatch, backpack, and survival guide. So craft away. VR makes the crafting even more realistic, as you would have to find the right elements and put them together in a specific way to make tools, spears, and shelter all by hand. That is Green Hell VR. We already spoke about Green Hell VR, but before we close out the show, Samson, I'm really curious. What 3 things would you take on this survival trip?
If I had to survive,
he has a smartwatch, a backpack, and a survival guide. I feel like that's not great 3, but I'm wondering what your 3.
God, bug.
You're not going to survive in the island. if there's a bug on you now, you have no panic.
Amazing timing. Bug spray.
Okay, right, Roger that. Roger that.
I mean, don't you got to bring like a flint or a lighter?
That's a good idea. I mean, a flint would be a better idea because a lighter with lighter fluid will run out eventually.
And then I need a flashlight.
How are you gonna power that flashlight when you run
They
out of
got
batteries?
shake ones. They got shake ones.
Isn't that just in VR games where you just shake the bat?
No, they got them for your car and stuff.
That you just shake. I don't even know. I thought they was just on games where you could just shake the flashlight. I need to now Google shake flashlight. Yeah, fair enough. Not expensive though. Wow, they're like $100.
No, Shake Light 40B rechargeable flashlight, Amazon, 1965.
Okay.
Only 17 left in stock though.
Oh my gosh. So wait, you got the flashlight, you got the bug spray. What was the other one?
Fire.
Just that element of fire. The flyer. Wow. I'll bring what would I bring? A pack of smokes, even though I don't smoke. But you know, I'm on a desert island. I need to chill out.
Yeah.
I'll obviously bring a flint to light this pack of smokes. And I'll also bring a radio.
Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking probably a gun. I mean, why didn't I bring a gun? I don't know.
Or maybe a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
This is a knife. Okay, we need to end the podcast. It's not been a long one, but Samson's very hysterical. We're gonna end this before
Oh,
he's.
come on. I love Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Top man. Top man. Anyway, we'll see you next week for our predictions episode, which is gonna be probably longer than that. If you have any
I
predictions,
predict it will be.
I predict it's gonna be a very long episode. If you have any predictions, send it us on Let's Talk Oculus or on the Discord or on my Twitter of Playtest VR, on Samson's on it's Seagull Maniac, right? Is your Twitter?
Yeah,
as
nailed
well.
it.
Yeah, nailed it. Yeah. Just send us your predictions, and there we'll be intrigued to see. But until then, have a lovely gaming week in VR. Bye now.